of Damascus at that time was Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan. And Muawiyah had a son. His name was Yazid, who would later become a Khalifa also. But Muawiyah wanted Yazid to marry the daughter of Abu Darda. You see? SubhanAllah. He wanted his son Yazid to marry the daughter of Abu Darda. So he went and asked her hand in marriage. Abu Darda refused. He said, no. She's already taken. I already promised somebody else. And it turns out that Abu Darda had already promised his daughter's hand in marriage to another man from the regular people, not from the house of Khilafah, just someone from the regular people of Damascus. And indeed, Ad-Darda married a regular man. She did not marry the son of Muawiyah, Yazid, the son of Muawiyah. She did not marry him. Later, people would ask Abu Darda, why would you do such a thing? Here is an opportunity of a lifetime. Your daughter is going to marry the man who will become Khalifa. She is going to marry Yazid, the son of Muawiyah. When Muawiyah dies, Yazid is going to become the... What greater thing could be? She will live in the palaces of the Khalifa. She will have the servants of the Khalifa. Why would you marry her to some regular man in Damascus? Why not to Yazid? He said, إني تحريت فيما صنعت صلاح الدرداء ما ظنكم إذا قام بين يديها العبيد ووجدت نفسها في قصور يخطف لؤلؤها الأبصار أين يكون دينها أين يكون دينها. He said, I made my decision based on what is in the best interest of Ad-Darda. You see, he didn't seek after fame and money. No. What is in the best interest of my daughter, Ad-Darda? He said, imagine if she were to marry the son of the Khalifa. She would be in palaces with servants helping her with everything. Palaces that are so shiny and beautiful, they catch the eye. He said, imagine what would happen to her deen. What would happen to her faith? That was his only concern when he chose to marry his daughter. Not what kind of job he has and how many degrees and doctorates and this and that, and where does he live and how big is his house and what kind of car does he drive. No. What's going to happen to her deen? That was his only concern. I wish that we would be concerned about our children as much as he was. I wish we would be as concerned, even 1/10 as concerned as Abu Darda was. One time, Abu Darda radiallahu anhu was walking in the streets of Damascus, and he saw some people gathered around a man, and they were yelling at him and insulting him. The narration is yasubbunahu. They were calling him names because that man had fallen into sin. He had committed a sin and people knew about it. We don't know, by the way, what the sin is. The narration does not say. It says dhanb. We don't know what it is, but he committed a sin. And the people were upset that he committed that sin, so they were yelling at him and insulting him. And Abu Darda was the judge at the time, and he came and he looked at the people and he said, why are you doing this to this man? They told him, Ya Abu Darda, this man did so and so and so and so. He committed this sin and that sin. He had fallen into sin. And we are upset. We want to change it. We want to change the sin into good. After all, we are encouraged to enjoin the good and forbid the evil. So they started suddenly to become religious about it, and they were upset at the man. Abu Darda, look at the wisdom. He said, I want to ask you a question. If that man who is your brother, he said, Akhukum, if your brother had fallen into a well, would you try to get him out of the well, or would you let him die in the well? They said, no, of course, we would try to rescue him from the well. He said, your brother fell into sin. You should try to rescue him from it. Don't insult him. Bring him back. Bring him back to health. Bring him back to your faith. And be thankful to Allah that it was not you who had fallen into sin. Ihmudullah alladhi afakum. Be thankful to Allah that He protected you from falling into sin, and rescue your brother. You see the wisdom? Don't sit there and yell and insult. How bad it is today. Someone makes an error, everyone starts talking about him. We start backbiting him. Instead of coming and giving him advice, try to bring him back. Don't shun him away. We as Muslims are brothers. We should not be shunning each other away. We should be trying to stay as a community. The wisdom of Abu Darda. We shared some stories. I hope that they invigorate in us a change in behavior, a change in our minds, a change in our hearts. And I encourage you to read more, not just about Abu Darda, but about all of the Sahaba, because they lived the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Let us make dua. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا واصرف عنا شر ما قضيت فإنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك وإنه لا يذل من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت تباركت ربنا وتعاليت لك الحمد على ما قضيت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. اللهم اهدنا لصالح الأعمال لا يهدي لصالحها إلا أنت. اللهم اهدنا لأحسن الأخلاق لا يهدي لأحسنها إلا أنت. اللهم أصلح لنا ديننا الذي هو عصمة أمرنا وأصلح لنا دنيانا التي فيها معاشنا وأصلح لنا آخرتنا التي إليها مردنا. اللهم اكفنا بحلالك عن حرامك وبطاعتك عن معصيتك وبفضلك عمن سواك. اللهم بفضلك ورحمتك أعلِ كلمتي الحق والدين. اللهم انصر الإسلام وأعز المسلمين. اللهم انصر الإسلام وأعز المسلمين. اللهم انصر الإسلام وأعز المسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين ودمر أعداءك أعداء هذا الدين إنك يا ربنا على ما تشاء قدير وبالإجابة جدير. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين وأقم الصلاة.